Thanks for tuning in to High on Horror. I'm Drew.
And I'm John. This episode and every future episode is dedicated to all the horror hounds and smokers out there who want to expand their knowledge of the genre and have a good time.
Today we're reviewing Daniel's Gotta Die, a dark comedy that's being shown now at the Toronto After Dark Film Festival, which is how we saw it. It's Bob Saget's final film role, and we can't wait to talk about it. Also today, we're going to cover the short films that we've seen at the Toronto After Dark Film Festival and give you our thoughts on those. This is kind of our, what, John, would you say it's maybe our Toronto After Dark Film Festival coverage episode maybe or something?
I mean, I guess in the next episode we'll talk a little bit more about some of the shorts, but yeah, this one's definitely covering a lot of the film festival.
Yeah, so if you're interested in knowing what's coming out and what's worth seeing, stick around for today's episode of High on Horror. Interviews, reviews, and the latest news all rolled into one. Alright, so we're going to start off with Strainwreck like we always do because we like getting nice and toasted before we talk about our movies. John, what do you have for us today?
We have one. I mean, it feels appropriate for this time of year. Devil Driver. I mean, that's one of those ones you see the name, you just got to buy it.
Dude, that's a band I like. That's a metal band, so yeah.
Yeah, you would know better than me. But Devil Driver is a sativa weed strain made from a genetic cross between Melonade and Sunday Driver.
You said mayonnaise?
Melonade. Melonade.
I know, I'm just fucking with you.
The strain is the flagship hybrid from Subcool's The Dank, and it was it was created to make his famous Jack's Cleaner in seed form. Devil Driver is between 28 to 30% THC, making this strain an ideal choice for experienced cannabis consumers. I think that's us.
Yeah, I think we fit that.
Leafly customers tell us Devil Driver effects include energetic, creative, and uplifted.
Okay.
Medical marijuana patients often choose Devil Driver when dealing with symptoms associated with stress, anxiety, and depression. Bred by Subcool's The Dank, Devil Driver features flavors like lemon, citrus, and spicy / herbal. I've never got spicy out of my weed.
No, me neither.
The dominant terpene of this strain is unknown. I don't know why they would supply that information then. Hey, you want to know what the dominant terpene is? We don't know. Devil's Driver is described by many as the fastest lemon haze available to date. I don't know what that means.
The fastest lemon haze?
Yeah, I guess maybe it's...
Interesting way to put that.
See, they'll supply... Like, Leafly gives you these informations. That's not correct. Gives you this information, and it's just like, some of this just seems irrelevant, or you could explain it more. What is fastest lemon haze available? Do you mean like best selling? It grows faster? Like,
dude, I feel like an old head sometimes. Like we've been smoking so long that I feel like all these new terms and shit like that get said, and I have no idea what it means. And then you have like these fucking newbies who are coming along who know all the terms, and they're like, oh, you don't know shit. I know all this shit. It's like, just because I don't know the terms and what people are talking, it's hard to keep up with all this shit, man. It's like, yeah. And then people act like because they know it that like it somehow makes them have like more clout than you or something. It's crazy.
I'm just going to be like Kevin Hart from 40-Year-Old Virgin, using a lot of big words, and I don't fully understand them, so I'm going to take them as disrespect. Shit, where was I? I've never heard this described as a strain. The strain has incredibly resinous, triangle-shaped buds and an intense spicy lemon pine aroma. See, like, they're throwing out like it has all these different flavors, so like I just feel like people make shit up. Anyway, effects may be intense and visually stimulating if you smoked, dabbed, or consumed Devil Driver. Leafly'd like you to tell them about your experience, which takes me to the reviews here.
All right.
This one's short. Some of it doesn't fully make sense, and just know I'm reading exactly how it's written. I smoked one blunt with my girl, and 5 puffs in, immediately felt a full body high. Everything felt more interesting, started posting attention to more things, and can't forget my girlfriend.
Posting attention? Not paying
posting attention
okay.
to more things, and can't forget my girlfriend. I don't know what that means. I walked out to go pee, came back, and thought she was asleep. Her eyes was so low. Gotcha on that one, huh?
2 in a row.
This is my favorite part.
That's
I just like to try to find these reviews now that just I know will get you.
Last week you got me. This one was pretty good though. What was it?
I walked out to go pee, came back, and thought she was asleep. Her eyes was so low. And then the last sentence, best sex ever. No, she would agree. And then the emoji of the guy doing the shoulder shrug. I don't know why that was thrown on the end.
Okay. I mean, he could have probably just used that last sentence and been good with, got rid of the rest of that whole. Sex was good. But all right, so we're going to smoke some fucking Devil Driver here.
Devil Driver for the Devil season.
Do you want to start off?
Need Josh to just throw in a Hail Satan.
Do you want to start off doing your short films? You want to list yours and then I'll go?
Yeah, here's the ones I checked out. Drew, I just thought was going to have a comparable list. I did 5? And then I looked at your list and I was like, holy shit, you crushed them out. Your covers last year I was the one that crushed out all the shorts.
Dude, I know, but the thing was, you were days ahead of me before, so I expected you. I was like, he's gonna have all these fucking things watched, and I thought
work got busy and I couldn't watch.
I was surprised. I was like, holy shit, I watched more. I couldn't believe it.
All right, but I'll start here while you spark that. Your Money's No Good, Jacob. I'm going to mispronounce this. Skrzypa, Skrzypa.
I did see this one. I watched this one.
He directed it, wrote it, produced it, edited it. It was okay. It takes on a simple everyday joke of literally your money's no good here. And it makes a short film out of it. And then the main actor, well, the main character, I don't even know if we got names, but... he just has his life spiral out of control after being told your money's no good here. It had a couple jokes that made me laugh. I'd give it a 5 out of 10. Demon Box by director Sean Weinstein.
Saw this one too, yeah.
He also co-wrote it with Aurora De Pena. It was an interesting concept. The synopsis sent to us sums it up. And that was after festival rejections, the director revises his intensely personal short film about trauma, suicide, and the Holocaust and transforms it into a painful, blunt, and funny dissection of his film and his life. And it's been 10 years in the making. It did invoke some strong emotions at points, but the whole time I just really wanted to see what the actual short was. Mm-hmm. And this kind of felt like a short film director commentary, basically.
Yeah. I didn't like that you had somebody explaining to you what you were watching.
Oh, and then this actor didn't want to make the film because he thought it was a joke, or it's just like, okay, well, I would want to know that after seeing the short. But I mean, I don't know if this is all true or it's like a mockumentary, but I mean, he did say it had been rejected numerous times.
Yeah. Yes.
Colin Carvey's Long Halloween.
I saw this one too.
Colin Carvey gets glued, or I guess I should say pasted, into his Halloween costume, and that leads to a lot of mischief. It is a silent slasher film, which to my knowledge I've never seen done.
Yeah.
I thought it was a super fun watch. I gave it 9 out of 10. And I know you didn't really care for it.
Yeah, but I didn't care for it too much.
But I was going to say, it was one of those things when I first started, I did not like it. And then, I mean, it grew on me in the 14-minute watch it was. But I just and the effects were ridiculous.
Yeah.
But it played into the kind of film it was.
I appreciate what it tried to do.
Bloodline, director Richard Rotter. Zoe takes care of her father, and she doesn't have a life for herself. Her dad really needs a specialized type of care. I enjoyed this one a lot, and I don't think I've seen a straw used like this in a film. I wrote 8 out of 10, but I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. It sucks seeing it as a short if they did develop it, but I feel like it'd be a good feature film.
It reminded me a lot of Let the Right One In, but it was like the roles were reversed. It was a older person being taken care of by a younger person instead of vice versa. So I liked it. Yeah.
Bird Hostage. Lauren Andrews was the director, and this is just a ridiculous piece. But I expected it with Jay Baruchel in the voice of the parrot, which I was surprised he was the voice of the parrot. When I saw that, I didn't expect him to do a short film.
Yeah, right.
I've had an African gray parrot, and they can be very temperamental, as this bird is. The opposite of what the lady says. She's like, they're the dumbest of the birds. They're like the smartest of the birds. Lauren Andrews is being paid basically to babysit the parrot, and the parrot wants to be let out. It's a dark comedy kind of watch, and it's pretty much what you would expect. I'd give it a 7 out of 10.
Okay.
And that's my shorts. You had way more than me.
All right, yeah.
But we'll have some next week. I'm going to have to finish them up so I can even out this list.
I'm going to keep this short and sweet. I was talking to John about this before we went on air, but I rate my shorts a little differently than him. I decided that instead of doing number grades, I'm just going to do pass or fail, because I find number grades to be too hard for me. For short films, it's hard for me to give something a number grade when it's only like 2 minutes long. I don't really know like what would qualify as a 10, like or not.
Why do you watch 2 minutes?
So, but
I mean, were they? Because I've seen ones on Hulu.
I saw one that was like 3 minutes and 7 seconds. Yeah, so it's like, how do I? If I give that a 10, that makes it a perfect short film. And like, has there ever been a perfect short film? You know, so I don't. That's just how my brain thinks. I get too high and get lost deep in thought. So I just, to simplify it for myself, so I don't overthink shit, I'm just going with pass or fail. So the first one I want to talk about is Forgotten Lake. It's directed by Adam Brooks. He's the dad from Psycho Gorman. You know?
Oh shit!
With the broom mustache.
Now I'm gonna have to go check this out.
Yeah, okay, so I loved it because okay, first of all, one of the songs from Psycho Gorman plays, so that's awesome. It's literally a beer commercial, but it's like filmed in the style of a Friday the 13th movie, and the killer's name is Blueberry Boy.
You know, it's funny. Forgotten Lake was one I kind of skipped over and didn't watch, and now I kind of
it was great.
I'll probably go home and watch that tonight.
Well, the funny thing was, if you remember, Adam Brooks had a short at the same film festival last year, and you loved it, and I did not like it.
Which one?
Do you remember that? I don't remember what it was, but it was he was in love with someone in the woods or something. I don't remember what it was. I just remember I didn't care for it, and you liked it. But
I'm gonna try looking this up. I can go through this.
But Forgotten Lake, this one was not lost on me. I really liked that one.
It wasn't forgotten on you?
No. Ghosts Do Not Exist. Director Austin Birch. Paranormal short about trying to communicate with the other side. Bloody Mary looked creepy as shit. That's about it. Grade is a fail. Moving on. Thriving, a disassociated reverie. Director Nicole Bazin. Synopsis provided to us by the Toronto After Dark Film Festival goes as this. A surrealist exploration of dissociative identity disorder based on the lived experience of a black, non-binary, disabled artist and former sex worker. So I thought that this one was absolutely weak and did not enjoy it at all. Fail. 666. Director Abby Falvo. Short little witchy Satan worshipping film. Doesn't get the job done though. Just feels sloppy and derivative. Fail. Bye Bye. Directed by Freddie Chavez Almos. This was a cool concept. An urban legend story that takes place in a subway station. A tad predictable given its runtime, but I accept it. I give this one a pass. The next one here. Camp. Director Bronson Allen. This one is about, some friends seek to Friends seek to contact the beyond with a homemade spirit board. And this was one of my favorites. My only complaint was that it wasn't long enough. So I give that a pass. Gamesmanship. Okay, I almost said gamesmanship. 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 Director Doug Cook. This one I found to be very enjoyable because it's funny and straight to the point. A couple invite new neighbors over for game night, and it gets gory very quickly. That's all I'll say. I give that a pass. Did any luck on finding that short?
It said there was something in 2022, but it doesn't sound like it. I'm on his website.
Okay, yeah, keep looking. You'll find it.
It says in 2019, he won Best Actor. In 2020, he won Best Manitoba Director for his documentary Cliff. But I just don't... And
look, I'll keep going on while you look.
That's just...
Mystery Box. Director Thomas Morrison. I'll keep this one short and sweet. It didn't move me. It feels like it never got started. Guy signs up for mystery boxes that become more and more intense. Fail. Pool Party. Director Ellie Stewart. Mermaid
We've
Stories.
seen this short. It was in Sinister.
Yeah, right. No, Sinister was better. The Sinister Pool Party was better. This one's a mermaid story, and mermaid stories don't usually do it for me. This one isn't any different, so I'm gonna fail that one. Here's one that I thought was interesting. Rec Volton, Alien Hunter. Director
Damn.
Jack
Sweet.
Lesarge. Man, this was just too low budget for me. It looked like a kid's video on YouTube, like Ryan's World, where the parents set the house up for playtime. Only this one tried to
wow.
make it look retro and 80s, and the villain looked like a bootleg Superfly from TMNT. So, yeah, that's a fail. Sole Proprietor. Director Scott Riopel. For starters, this one immediately has some recognizably awesome makeup effects, and an exorcist allows demons into his daughter so that they can send them back to hell together. I'm tired of exorcism films, but this one doesn't. Yeah, I am, but this one doesn't wear out its welcome, and it's kind of kick-ass. When the daughter Ava is possessed, she has a long black tongue, and she lick her shoulder with it, so it's just kind of like pass. All right. This one, this is an actual phobia, a real condition, and I don't know how to say it properly. I haven't practiced enough, so bear with me here, listeners. Apotemnophilia. Director Jano Pita. The definition of, here we go, I have to say it again. Apotemnophilia is the desire to amputate, and I'll leave it at that. This is my favorite short that I've seen so far from Toronto After Dark Film Festival this year. It's gory, brutal, twisted, disturbing, and that's all the ingredients you need to win me over with a passing grade, so pass. Butterscotch by Alexander Deeds. Fuck, how many of these did I watch? I did watch a lot of these, dude. Oh my god. Still going. Okay.
You only got 2 more.
Butterscotch by director Alexander Deeds. This one takes place in a retirement home where an old man can't eat his butterscotch candy due to his immobility. Long story short, don't take candy from old people. A child discovers that the hard way. There's definitely a few good jump scares. Pass. Fucking Nuts. Director Sam Fox. This one is about a girl named Sandy who doesn't want her boyfriend to meet her parents, so much so that she breaks it off with them. But what's wrong with her parents? Something's a little nutty here. It's really silly and fun. It's absolutely ridiculous. Okay. I really liked this one. This one was definitely enjoyable, especially when I was super baked. So make sure you're really super baked when you watch that one, because you're going to get a kick out of it. And that wraps up my reviews for the short films that I've watched so far from the Toronto After Dark Film Festival. So
I'm looking through last year's shorts, and I can't find anything
really
that he did.
All right, so I'm going to have to do some research.
So I can list the shorts from last year and just see if any of these strike you.
Okay.
Maybe you were thinking of something else.
Okay.
The Flying Sailor, Black Forest Sanitarium, The Temple, The Foreman, Nude, The Trunk, In the Shadows, The Community. That was all the Canadian ones.
Wasn't it The Community? Wasn't it The Community? Hold on, it might have been The Community.
It says The Community was done by Milos Mitrovic. 2 men are brought out together by a secret kept in the woods, but that when they go looking for it, they end up finding something much more meaningful.
Yes, that's it. That was it.
He was he an actor in it?
Maybe he was an actor in it. Maybe he was
okay.
Yes, let's look that up. Do you have that? What was the name?
I don't have a link. It's called The Community by Milos Mitrovic.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to Google it right now. Sorry, listeners. Josh, feel free to edit this out if you don't think this is entertaining. The Community.
We're always entertaining.
Short film. Adam Brooks. Just popped up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, he was an actor.
It is directed by
Milos Mitrovic.
Yep, and it looks like Adam Brooks was an actor. Yep. So there we go.
Okay,
that was
so he didn't direct it.
Yes.
He just acted in it.
Yeah. So yeah, okay. I do like that one. I did not, but I really liked
I can't really remember it though. But I really can't.
We're not going to remember these next year. We're going to have to go back and listen to our episodes.
I still remember Nude. The Trunk.
The Trunk was solid.
The Trunk was, because I don't want to confuse it with another one. The Trunk was the one with the girl in it, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. And yeah, the trunk was solid. The fuck was the other one? Nude was solid.
Yeah.
And it was funny. The ones that I did not care for were the ones that ended up winning the awards.
Yeah,
which
right.
I thought was funny.
Right.
It does. I feel like it always goes out. Maybe we're terrible critics.
maybe we just have a higher tolerance for bullshit. I don't know.
Maybe because I was surprised the trunk did not win. I thought for sure that was going to win something there.
Yeah, I thought so as well.
But it was like that flying sailor and the German U-boat and the German
U-boat.
Yeah, the German U-boat. It had like the Lovecraftian stuff in it.
Okay.
And I love Lovecraftian stuff, and it didn't. I remember last year. I'm like, I didn't really care for it. Damn, we fucking crushed out. Well, you mostly. I did 5.
There was what the hell was the one? There was the one movie. Before we move on, I just wanted to say there was the one that. The Evil Eye, that was it. The Evil Eye about the witch that I reviewed from 2022. That was my favorite short film from last year. But anyway, yeah. So I guess now we can, since we're done walking down memory lane, we figured out our Adam Brooks mystery. We can move on to
Adam and Christian from Toronto After Dark Film Festival for getting us Daniel's Gotta Die and all these shorts, and we'll have a couple more shorts for you next week.
Yeah, that's right. So while we're on it, let's move on into our Daniel's Gotta Die review.
All right, today's film is Daniel's Gotta Die. It made its Toronto premiere with director Jeremy Lalonde. Festival alum Jeremy Lalonde, James versus his future self, returns with a crowd-pleasing, dark and twisted murder mystery comedy that blends Knives Out with Succession. Dying family patriarch, played by Iggy Pop, decrees his inheritance will only pass on to his squabbling adult kids if they can survive a weekend at their vacation island home. Murderous hijinks ensue. A fantastic cast includes cult icon Iggy Pop and fan favorite Bob Saget in his final film role. And JP from Grandma's Boy.
Yeah.
Was it
Joel David Moore?
I was going to say Joel David, and I couldn't remember his last name. But with the beard, it took me a little bit to figure him out. But
yeah, man.
Basically, and then just a little more on the plot there is basically they're all Iggy Pop's kids. Well, not Bob Saget, he's his assistant, but his kid, he only kept Daniel, played by Joel David Moore, and through his will, he's leaving half the money to him, and then he can either keep the other half or divide it among his siblings, on the condition that they stay and spend a weekend as a family.
In their beach house together.
Yeah, because Daniel's all about trying to make family work, even though his dad's trying to basically tell him there's a reason I kept you away from your siblings.
Yeah. I like how, so I wanted to go back what you said about how Joel David Moore threw you off with the beard. I think it was the haircut for me, man. He's always got these like emo haircuts, like in Hatchet or in Grandma's Boy. He's always got these like longer haircuts, and he actually has like a short haircut in this movie, and he looks grown up. He actually looks older. So it took me a minute to recognize him myself, but it was his haircut and not his beard. I thought that Bob Saget actually looked good here. He just looks a little heavier, but he looked fine. Like, definitely went out in good shape, And
I thought it was pretty cool. We got to screen his last film.
Yeah,
and it wasn't something he's not a main character, but he's also definitely not just like in a couple scenes. Like, he still has a big supporting role
for sure. And I really liked Iggy Pop being in the movie briefly as the
Iggy
dad.
Pop is a billionaire.
Yeah, like if you ever wanted to see
he looks like
Iggy,
the most disheveled billionaire I've ever seen.
If you ever want to see Iggy Pop as a dying billionaire with Bob Saget as his assistant / lawyer,
and JP from Grandma's Boy is his son,
then you need to check this movie out. Before you go further into the movie, John, I just wanted to say that one of the things that really cracked me up about this movie First of all, only 6 people attend Iggy Pop's funeral, by the way. That was funny, and it's the main cast. But what really cracked me up about this movie, John, was the snooty attitudes, especially from like Jessica Powell and Victor Powell, the brother and sisters.
Yeah.
I think Victor might have been our favorite character. You had said something about
Literally,
that.
in my notes here, I have the cokehead brother as my favorite. Dude, the first scene when you see him and he just rolls up and he's getting, well, actually, no, not the first time you see him, but when they're getting to the mansion.
Yeah.
He just,
Yes.
he's taken out of the trunk of a car with his, like, beat to shit.
Oh, yeah.
And it just goes, oh, thanks for the lift, boys. Or like something like that.
I'm not familiar with Jason Jones as an actor, but he definitely did a good job in that. But no, it's the snooty attitudes. They're like the holier than thou, the ew, and like just like the looking down on everybody attitudes. It just had me laughing at this one, like pretty much from the start.
Yeah, and Daniel just cares way too much about his family.
Yeah, I agree.
And I wrote this down very loosely. It kind of felt like season 3 of Slasher in a way. But not to that extent of they have to go through these games. But it's just like this guy's dying, he's leaving his fortune. You know, they have to go through some kind of condition.
Their condition being they had a list of chores. He gives them a list of chores they have to do while they're at the beach house. So not as extreme as Slasher season 3, but yeah. I get your point.
Everybody plays their role perfect.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I wrote down that Daniel and Emily are about the only people who aren't scumbags.
Wait, who'd you say, Daniel and Emily?
Yeah, his fiance.
Oh, yeah, yeah, you're correct, yeah. For a second, I thought that Emily was Carly, Carly Chaikin, but I was like, no, she plays Jessica. My fault, I got the characters confused.
And I agree with Emily. You don't have to stick by your family just because they're family. Sometimes they suck.
Yeah, yep.
And you said you accidentally saw my notes when I emailed him over, and you said you laughed and you hadn't seen the movie yet.
Yeah,
my dude takes too long to make food.
Yeah, that shit made me crack up. I was like, okay, whatever the hell that's
sauce for 3 hours.
Yeah,
I mean, he is Daniel's a sous chef, but like, damn.
And you're right. He did.
Josh would be so mad with all the coughing I've done.
When you see him making the sauce, and he said, like he's been slow cooking it all day. That's when I was like, oh, that's what he's talking about. Motherfuckers taking all day to cook a spaghetti sauce.
Yeah, you said I accidentally saw your notes in the sent file. You said my dude. You said you laughed at my dude takes too long to cook. I said you'll find out.
Yeah, you said just watch, you'll find out.
Dude, that dinner was taking too long, man. I just want some spaghetti now.
I will say like that. I thought it was hilarious how everybody tries to find a way to kill Daniel and he just doesn't die. Like he's just
I would say it's a spoiler, but I mean the title of the movie is Daniel's Gotta Die.
Yeah, true.
And actually, literally everybody. Both of his sisters.
I think that stuff's probably even in the trailer as well, I believe. So yeah, we're not giving anything away.
I actually didn't watch the trailer. I just jumped right in. Victor reluctantly tries to kill him. He doesn't actually want to kill him. And then, like, Bob Saget's just trying to steal the money, like...
yeah. He finds out some shit where the money's at and decides he's going to make a play.
That's like, I don't want to give too much away.
I know, I feel like it's getting into, like,
but...
How do we sum it up? This is why we like talking about spoilers. We love going in detail and being able to talk about everything.
What was I going to say? Like, I guess towards the end, because I was going to say, it's not really horror.
It's more thriller, like dark comedy / thriller. Best line of the movie, Bob Saget. I'm not kind of an asshole, I am an asshole.
R.I.P. Bob. He actually gets a in memoriam at the end. They threw it on there. But I wouldn't class... It's definitely a dark comedy, but then towards the end, I feel like, without ruining anything, you do get some horror elements to it.
Yeah.
But I thoroughly enjoyed it.
It almost becomes like You're Next towards the end in a way.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that.
In a way.
In a way. Like, in a way, it's kind of like Slasher Season 3.
Exactly. Loose, yeah.
Dude, I swear, sometimes I'll watch stuff and I'll just have the loosest of connections to something. Do you do the same thing?
Oh, yeah.
You're like, and then I'm like, it's not really like that. You found one thing that was just a coincidence.
You try to regroup and that shit together.
But like, I don't know, man. I just thought of like Iggy Pop and David Cronenberg. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Like I said, everybody played their role perfectly. Most of the people are just shitheads.
Yep.
Which, I mean, I feel like you're going to expect with the title, like, Daniel's Gotta Die. It's not going to be a whole lot of nice people. I'd give it a 7.6 out of 10.
Nice. Yeah, so like we said, I think it was really dry and funny. I really like that. I like that dry humor where it's not always like, and it's more like something happens and there's just kind of like a silence and you're left to react on your own. And I like that type of shit. So definitely funny, definitely rewatchable. That's the other thing, was I thought I would definitely watch this again. That's always big with me. Like you said, good acting.
Oh, it's definitely one of those movies you can just throw it on because you don't need to pay close attention to it.
I put it this way: I expect to see it in your Vudu account at some point.
Yeah. When I get the right price. I'm gonna need that sale price.
Joel David Moore stole the show. I think he did a really good job as the leading man. Like he's been around a while. So
I would have liked to have got him on, but I feel like he would have been annoyed by the amount of grandma's boy questions I'd have been asking.
Probably, and the quotes we'd be making.
I'd be like, could you please say adios, turd nuggets?
Oh man, I love that.
Side thing, there was a rumor that there was going to be a Grandma's Boy 2, and I saw like he was on one of the late night talk shows, and somebody had asked him about it, and he was like, I just don't know if I could do those voices again. And I told Nicole after watching this, he did a couple voices, and I was like, nah, bullshit, you can do Grandma's Boy 2.
I mean, if it's the original people, I'm always down to see a Grandma's Boy 2, but don't give me a Grandma's Boy 2 with an all new cast. I'm good on that.
Like Mean Girls when they did a second one, it was all new people.
Or Sandlot 2. Fuck all that shit.
Sandlot 2. I didn't even waste my time on that one.
Well, I didn't waste my time on Mean Girls 2.
I didn't either.
Oh, you didn't either?
No,
okay.
I only watched the original. I was like, it's none of the people in the second one. I'm good.
Anyway,
although there is a Mean Girls musical coming
back
out.
to Daniel's Gotta Die. Anyway, so to wrap up what I was saying, Joel stole the show. I think that Stephen Krecklow and Ian LaFleur, I guess that's how you say it, I think they did a good job with the score. I think that the directing was very well done. I think the movie was good and entertaining. I would give it a 7 out of 10. What did you give it out of 10?
7.6.
7.6. Yeah, I give it a 7.
I want to live in that beach house.
Right?
That shit is nice.
Yeah, it was really nice. I mean, yeah. Well, I won't say what I was going to say because it would have been another spoiler. But yeah,
I thought about it too. But I stopped myself. I made sure just to say that. But yeah, that beach house would be awesome to stay at.
For sure. Yeah, that thing's probably.
You can cook your 4-hour spaghetti.
You have all day to do it too, just chilling.
I will say
Peaceful.
I would rather wait the 3 hours for the sauce as opposed to the alternate spaghetti.
Yeah.
From later on.
Yeah, with banana peels and shit.
Yeah.
But no, to you listeners, this is something John and I discussed. This isn't typically what we'd review. Normally we'd go for the more like straight edge horror movie, but with this being like a dark comedy and having like some familiar faces like Joel, David Moore, who's been in a bunch of horror movies, and with it being Bob Saget's last movie, we thought,
you tell me
this
Iggy
was just
Pop's a billionaire and he's dying and leaving, but they have to sell. I was like, I'm in.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck
So
Iggy Pop and this is a billionaire. I'm interested.
more thriller / dark comedy here, but still, like, if you're a horror fan, that shit's still right up your alley. It should be. So definitely recommend. I don't even know. Do we have a date when it's coming out for people to actually see? All I know right now is it's at the festival touring. I don't even know if there's an actual date yet, but if there is, you all need to make sure that you check it out and see it for sure when it comes out. If you want to see something funny and over the top and just...
It debuted at the film festival on Friday.
Okay, yeah,
October 20th, and we're recorded now. Actually, it's early in the Sunday, so it's the 22nd.
So no release date yet, but Daniel's got to die. Let's put it out there. Put it on the map. You all need to see it.
Thanks to all the horror hounds and smokers out there for tuning in. Be sure to check us out and give us a follow on your social media platforms, Facebook, X, Instagram. We are at High on Horror 420. Also, if you have any Puff Puff Ask questions you'd like to send our way, be sure to reach out to us via email at highonhorror420@gmail.com. Also, check out our website, highonhorror.com. We have plenty of things on there that can keep you busy. We also have some blog style reviews. Not all of our reviews are here on the podcast alone, so be sure to check it out. Next week, we have a special guest, Vicente DeSanti, writer and director of Never Hike Alone 2. So if you're into that, which I hope you are, you probably are if you're listening to this, be sure to tune in for a review and exclusive interview. And I guess that'll about wrap her up. Catch you later.